Okay, so welcome back to part 2 of our exponential and logarithmic function videos and the rewriting of them. Now, in the last video, we did talk about definitions, and so we're actually going to go ahead and just start applying those. So the thing that you do have to remember is that if you have y equals ab to the x, then it rewrites into the form of log base by equals x. And once we actually start doing it, it'll make more sense and become a lot clearer. So we're just going to jump right in to some rewriting. Okay? And so in this case, I'm just going to show you how to rewrite it, and then we'll look at it. So this is log base. So again, on my exponential, there's my base, log base 81 of, and it's the answer, equals the 1/2. Okay, log base 81 of 9 equals 1/2. And so over here, going back to our problem, if you'll remember that the 1/2 as an exponent means square root of, and that should make sense if that is an answer. Now, one of the things we'll refer to later, if you wanted to put this into your calculator, most of your calculators, especially if you have just the little TI ones, not the graphing calculator, you're going to have to put this in, and you could try it. You're going to put it in as log 9. So this is called the change of base formula, and we'll talk more about it later. But you just put in log of 9 divided by log of 81. Now, for a lot of your calculators, it does open a parenthesis, so you're going to have to close it. Okay? And that should give you 1/2. If you have one of the graphing calculators, you can go into a different mode, and it will actually allow you to put it in just like this. So what it does is it gives you log, and it'll give you a box and a box. And then you just put your numbers in, which is really handy on that. Okay? But you're still going to have to know how to translate it and move it back and forth. Okay, so let's just do the next one here. So this would be log base 16 of 256 equals 2. Now, I've had kids in the past, and they'll say, we need to do bay. Okay, and you might see someone else who can tell you, oh, well, we were taught to use this. But it's base, answer, exponent. Okay, base, answer, exponent. So here's your base, your answer, and your exponent. Bay. Okay, so why don't you try the next two real quick, jump ahead of me, and see if you can do them. Okay, so this one would be log base 7, 49 equals 2. The next one, log base 12 of 144 equals 2. Okay, so be sure you know how to go from exponential to logarithmic form. Okay, now we're going to go just the opposite. Oh, I'm sorry, we're not going to. We're going to do the same thing, but we're going to do them with variables, which this is where you start needing to do this in order to solve your equations. So, log base x of 178 equals y. Now, that we're not going to be able to solve just because of where the x is, but still you can translate it. Okay, let's try another one. Log base 19 of x equals a negative 19. Again, in that position where your x is, it's not going to benefit us much. But again, we're just working on translating. Why don't you pause and try the next two real quick and see if you can do them. Okay, so the answer would be log base x of z equals y. Now, for those of you who have the graphing calculator and you learn how to put it in with all the numbers, that's awesome. But guaranteed that when it comes to quiz and test time, you will be given just variables so that we can test whether you actually know how to do it. Next one, log base b of 154 equals a. Okay, so that's, again, rewriting. Be sure that you can rewrite equations from exponential to logarithmic form. Okay, so again, we're just going to do the same thing. These are just equations, but now we're going backwards to the exponential. Okay, and in this case, we have, let me just show you how to work. 16 squared equals, whoops, that's supposed to be a 2, 256. 16 squared equals 256. And this should make sense, okay? 16 squared should be equal to 256. And again, you can come up with some kind of an acronym if you need to, but this one I think makes more sense. 5 squared equals 25. That would be our translation, okay? I usually say it, we just do this, okay? Kind of like a greater than sign. So 1/19 squared equals 1 over 361. 8 squared equals 64. Is that making sense to you? Okay. 12 to the n equals m. Y to the negative 16 equals x. Okay, so again, I'm going to let you pause the video, try the next two, why don't you, real quick, and see how you do. Okay, so x to the negative 5 equals y, and 18 to the b equals a. So, do you have any questions, or does that make sense to you? Okay, again, I'm going to stop the video just so we don't get too long, and we're going to go into evaluating.